Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, free agency is well underway. Hell, Joe Thuney already signed a massive deal with Kansas City. Subscribe to the channel because we're updating you guys on everything surrounding the Chiefs throughout the offseason. Of course, right now it's free agency, the latest news, rumors, everything buzzing around Kansas City. So hit that big red button and subscribe, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. You're watching the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham, here by Chat Sports. Free agency tracker, let's take a look at a couple of the moves that Kansas City has made here on day 2 of NFL free agency. I should say the tampering period. Darrel Williams, he is back in the fold. He has agreed to re-sign on a 1-year deal worth up to $2.13 million. $930,000 guaranteed, so Darrel Williams will return. Remember, finished pretty strong in 2020. Was kind of the lead back there for a little bit with Clyde Edwards-Helaire banged up, and obviously Damien Williams, who was not on the team last year after opting out. This was obvious. This is a good move. I like the way Darrel Williams finished last year, ran really strong, got involved in the passing game. I think he can be an impact type of rotation running back moving forward, and will likely compete for that number 2 running back job behind CEH. The raw stats obviously aren't going to overwhelm anybody, but remember, he really didn't get involved in the offense until very late in the year when Edwards-Helaire got banged up. I like the yards per carry there, had a touchdown, decent impact in the passing game as well. And then in the playoffs, we really started to see more of Darrel Williams, especially in those first 2 games. It was in the playoffs for Kansas City, 28 carries, 135 yards, almost 5 yards per carry. Didn't do much in the Super Bowl, but those first 2 games, he was very, very good. One other side note here, too, with Damien Williams also coming back. Lev Bell is gone. I think you guys already knew that, but this pretty much confirms that. He will be on a different football team next year. I guess if no one signs him and the Chiefs are like, we'll give you the minimum to compete in training camp, sure, but I don't think that makes sense for either party involved. You got Edwards-Helaire, you got both of the Williams. Those are your 3 backs. You move forward with what you've got, and you move on from Le'Veon Bell. I'm glad Darrel Williams is back. I thought he was awesome and was really giving this team some balance while Clyde was out toward the end of last year. Looking forward to see what he brings to the table in 2021. Who will be RB2 behind Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Type 1 for Darrel Williams, type 2 for Damien Williams. I want to hear it from you guys. I'm going to lean Darrel on this one because Damien didn't even play last year. We'll have to see what he looks like once training camp rolls along. Taco Tuesday, Taco Charlton back in the fold for Kansas City as well. He's also back on a 1-year deal, money undisclosed at this time. I would expect the veteran's minimum there. Had a good pressure rate last year in limited snaps before he finished on IR with a fractured ankle. I like this move. This is a player we've talked about some, and he's certainly a depth signing and a depth rotation piece for Kansas City. And just 90 snaps to get 2 sacks, a couple of TFLs, a forced fumble, that's not bad. That's pretty good production in limited work. If he can be your number 4 or 5 pass rusher after the likes of Chris Jones, Frank Clark, we'll see if Alex Okafor is back. But I thought Taco was a little re-energized once he signed with Kansas City last year. It was unfortunate that the injury popped up, but I do think that he can, have a little bit of value on this team moving forward. And these are the type of depth signings I would look for Brett Veach to make as he rounds out this 53-man roster, and obviously an expanded roster for training camp and the off season. Now, it is Taco Tuesday, so what's your favorite taco? I want to hear it from you guys. Are you a fajita taco guy? Do you like just the classic bean and cheese? I want to hear from you. Favorite taco out there? Go ahead and type it right now. March Madness is here, and BETUS is the place to make some money throughout the month of March. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. You must use that URL to get the promo code deal of Chiefs125, which of course results in a 125% deposit bonus. When you follow those steps and place a bet on March Madness, hey, if you're a new customer, we'll hook you guys up with a brand new Patrick Mahomes jersey. All you got to do after those steps is email us, chiefs@chatsports.com. It's chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Promo code Chiefs125. Place a bet on any March Madness game or a prop bet, and then email us, chiefs@chatsports.com. We'll hook you guys up with a brand new Mahomes jersey. These championship odds, by the way, have been kind of fluctuating. Gonzaga up to plus 175 now. That's getting pretty close to 1-to-1 odds there. Illinois has moved up to plus 450. Baylor has slid back a little bit, plus 575. Little insider note on Michigan for you casual fans: one of their key players is out, so I don't like Michigan to win the national championship. Houston at plus 1,300, they're getting some buzz as well. You can find other teams' odds also with BETUS. Go to chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use our promo code Chiefs125. That way you can get that 125% deposit bonus. And remember, new customers, we can get you a Patrick Mahomes jersey after you place a bet. Talk about a couple of other guys here. Andrew Wylie looks like he's going to return. They have tendered him, which means in almost complete certainty he will be back. I guess a team could sign him to an offer sheet, but this is a rotation type of offensive lineman that's actually played quite a bit for Kansas City. He started 35 games since 2018. Ideally, he's more of a swing offensive lineman, but this is a guy that has value. For just $2.1 million, which is what his tender is worth there, that's pretty cheap for a guy who you feel comfortable starting if you need him to. Now, obviously, with Joe Thuney signing the massive deal and Laurent Duvernay-Tardif set to return, at best, he's probably competing at right guard with LDT. Maybe he plays right tackle, which is where he played in the Super Bowl, which that obviously didn't work out well. I think in an ideal world, Lucas Niang is your right tackle. You figure out left tackle. And then center, maybe Nick Allegretti starts there. He played center in college at Illinois. Andrew Wylie can be like that number 6 offensive lineman. He could play tackle in a pinch. He could play guard in a pinch. Ideally, that is the role he plays. Maybe he's what Mike Rimmers was last year before he had to start, obviously. That could be the role. And for $2.1 million, that's pretty good value for Andrew Wylie. Will he start next year? I just mentioned maybe right guard, maybe right tackle. Ideally, he's a backup. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm going to lead my N for no. I think a lot of it depends on how Lucas Niang develops and looks before we get to the start of the season. Quick one here, Alex Brown, he's not going to get tendered, was on injured reserve last year. He's been mostly a practice squad guy throughout his career, so he'll hit the open market. Maybe he signs on a non-guaranteed deal and competes in training camp. Special teams type of a player, cornerback, but hasn't really done much in his NFL career, so no tender for Alex Brown. Kind of a recap of what's happened so far. Obviously the big one, Joe Thuney, 5 years, $80 million. Note on this, if you haven't seen it, first-year cap hit, only $4.5 million, so don't sleep on Kansas City still making a big move or two. Andrew Wylie's tender, Darrel Williams, and then, of course, Taco Charlton, which I would expect would be $2 million or less to return on a one-year deal. Keep it here, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. I'm going to have you guys covered on every move the Chiefs make throughout free agency.